If you look closely at modern dating and social media, you'll realize it operates a lot like a financial market. People aren't necessarily looking for connection right away. They're trading perceived value, projecting an idealized version of themselves to attract the highest possible return. Take Sophie, for example. She lives in Los Angeles and runs an Instagram feed that looks like a masterclass in high society living. She curates a pristine gallery of artisanal lattes, expensive restaurant dinners, and perfectly placed designer bags. This bar chart compares what Sophie projects to the world versus what actually exists. That towering column on the left is her perceived net worth. That tiny sliver on the right is her actual bank balance. Despite the luxury aesthetic, Sophie is completely broke. Facing this stark deficit, her best friend Mia proposed a very specific solution to balance the books. Sophie needed to find a rich boyfriend. Sophie's underlying strategy was simple. She would use her carefully manufactured digital equity to secure an acquisition of actual real-world wealth. That's when she matched with Ethan. His dating profile was an aggressive marketing campaign of pure luxury, featuring photos on private jets, leaning against exotic sports cars, and flashing high-end Rolex watches. To Sophie, this match felt like proof that her strategy was working. On paper, she had finally identified an asset with the exact high-yield potential she had been looking for. Over the next few days of messaging, both of them expertly maintained their respective high-value facades. The playful banter quickly turned into a confirmed reservation for an exclusive dinner date. Two people with virtually zero actual capital were now walking into a high-stakes social transaction, both operating on 100% false advertising. Preparing for this date required a massive upfront investment. Sophie spent 4 grueling hours doing her hair and makeup, squeezing into a new dress, and manufacturing the exact type of fake confidence required to pull this off. Then came the physical validation. Ethan arrived wearing a sharp suit and sunglasses as his ride pulled smoothly to the curb, a sleek Lamborghini glowing under the city streetlights. Inside the restaurant, Ethan played his part flawlessly. He ordered the most expensive items on the menu, waving away the waiter without ever glancing at the prices. Sitting across from him, Sophie mentally calculated her returns. She was entirely convinced that her extensive effort had paid off, and she had finally hit the jackpot. It's a perfect example of mutual confirmation bias. Because they were both receiving exactly what they wanted to see, neither questioned the reality of the situation. Their illusions actively protected each other. After dinner, Ethan escalated the lie. He confidently offered to show Sophie his house, driving 40 minutes out of the city and deep into a gated, luxury neighborhood. He pulled up to a gigantic white mansion, pointing to it proudly. This was the absolute peak of Ethan's counterfeit portfolio. But then came the unscripted disruption. The heavy front door swung open, and an older woman burst out onto the grand porch, forcefully wielding a broom. She glared down at the car and started screaming at Ethan, demanding to know why he was parking on her lawn again. The curated romantic tension evaporated instantly. Ethan froze. He leaned over to Sophie and, in a panicked whisper, told her to run. The curated image had met an obstacle it couldn't explain away. In the driveway of that mansion, the performance simply stopped. Looking at Ethan's ledger, his lies rapidly liquidate. The Lamborghini? Borrowed. The suit? Rented. The watch? Fake. And that mansion? This ledger morphs into a pie chart of his actual net worth. He was the pool cleaner. His financial reality? Zero. Confronted with the truth,
Oh my God.
Sophie didn't get angry at being deceived. Instead, she broke into uncontrollable, breathless laughter. The absurdity of Ethan's extreme lie held up a mirror to her own. Seeing how ridiculous his performance was instantly freed her from the exhausting labor of maintaining her own fake persona. It's highly ironic. Complete mutual humiliation stripped away all their defenses, creating the exact conditions for their very first moment of authentic connection. That shared laughter on the sidewalk became the foundation for something real. A year later, they're still together. Still broke, but no longer exhausted by the need to hide it from one another. Maintaining a fabricated digital persona carries an immense emotional tax. It requires constant upkeep and a lingering fear of discovery. Shared honesty, on the other hand, costs nothing and yields an incredibly high emotional reward. When we spend all our energy counterfeiting our lives to impress strangers, we actively block out the chance for real intimacy. We end up dating other people's PR departments instead of the people themselves. The strongest, most enduring relationships don't start when everything looks perfect. They begin the exact moment we drop the act, put away the rented suits and the designer bags, and allow our flawed realities to finally be seen.